As a humanities teacher, one of the things that I found interesting about the topic in particular that I use on industrialism is something that I use as a past. I understood that through formative assessment, whether it's exit tickets, warm-up, practice and application, guided notes, or any type of aspect of inquiry with questions and vocabulary, seeing what they know about industrialism, I found out I was able to assess a student's strengths and weaknesses. And what I will say is, at any given moment, like hypothetically, for example, creative journals, I was able to see how students contextualize. When we talk about contextualization is one of the big aspects of social studies, which means you see something in history and you put yourself in that person's shoes. And how does that make you feel? Or when I'm doing real world connections and I'm trying to get them to corroborate, I try to help them do formative assessments, like once again, use things that are like present, but also mirror them to the past and see if that's an area where students can gravitate and understand what they're reading when it comes to industrialism. I want to say, like, when I taught this unit, which as this unit was a previous unit, and I took one of my old lesson plans and sequenced it out because I actually teach social studies, I found that when the kids did organizers, instead of just like giving them an organizer and saying, hey, go ahead and source this and corroborate what they're saying about the living conditions of the Industrial Revolution when it came to kids in the factories, instead of just traditionally just sitting them on the paper, what I did was I had them work in quads, and each person had a job, and their job was to either one or two things: record, write, present. Record, write, present, and keep up with the time and collaborate with their peers. I found that the kids, when we did it on a large poster versus just sitting at the desk, independent practice, they were more engaged. They were more susceptible to looking at the research in a manner that they felt was grasping their attention. And when it got up, whoever was their speaker, they was able to elaborate on it. And I had to emphasize on it on them pretty much how well they communicated and how well they understood that they were corroborating, sourcing, and also in a sense contextualizing without even knowing, pretty much mastering the skill of the social studies rubric without them even knowing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then for the end of the unit as a whole, they ended up pretty much writing a claim essay, and they had to defend about was the Industrial Revolution a period of progress, or if innovation was a good thing, or does innovation equal progress? And they wrote that, and they stuck onto that claim. So I found that to be something that helped, but it was the build up pretty much every day that we did a warm up, every time we did a do now, or anything that's related to like building up their knowledge about it. It gave me the results that I was looking for when it came down to the RCT.